Hi, this is Cheryl of Cheryl and Mom's Collectible Dolls. I'm finally back on YouTube. I've had two different auctions, and one on Facebook and one on Whatnot, and I've been just going a little crazy, and then with all the holidays. So my friend Pat, who helps me out with the dolls, brought me this doll because she needs work. And her granddaughter is in love with this doll. And it's not in really any condition for her to be playing with it right now. As you can see, she's got boo-boos on her legs. Her paint's coming off. Somebody has tried to, I don't know if they repainted her or what here, both arms. Now her head and her face are in perfect condition. So I hesitate to take the head off yet until I really have to, because as you can see, the material's kind of ripping apart. So it's not something I really want to do unless I have to. So I decided tonight, finally got some things done that'd been hanging over my head that so I could start working on her. And so I'm starting to pick her paint off. And as I said, I think there's two different paints on here, but I'm not sure. And I'm just gonna start picking. And you know, Tammy, my friend with the Broken Dolls videos, a video channel, she had said something about that I relate to. She said she finds it almost soothing to sit here and take the paint off, and so do I. And I don't know what it is about it, but it kind of just, it's kind of brainless, I guess. I don't know what I want to say, but you know, I have the TV on in the background. Well, I turned it off while I filmed this. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and take as much of her paint off this way as I can. And I could take the legs off, but I'd really rather wait a while to do that. I'd rather wait at least until it's daylight. I'll do that during the daytime because it's hard to see, and I don't have that good a light over here. So one of my goals is to get a better light to put over here when I work. So as you can see, I'm just picking. And if you go, you know, where there's bigger pieces, or you can get the knife under, just slip it under and get this old paint off. I'm trying not to make holes in the composition itself. Try to just slide it under. So this doll is a good size doll. I didn't measure her. She looks like she's about 25 inches. And so it's going to take a while to get all this off. And as you can hear, the paint is flying all over my living room, pieces of it, so that's okay. They vacuum up, and I do have a tarp down underneath me. And I have a plastic tarp down here on the table. So hopefully, you know, I'm getting most of it, although I hear some of it going over on my fireplace, my hearth. But no big deal, it's easy to clean up. And once I get all her paint off of her, which is not gonna be tonight, obviously, but once I get all of it off, then my next step will be to kind of sand her down and see where there's holes and see what kind of shape she's in underneath all this. And then spackle her where she needs it. And hopefully she won't need any toes or anything. This foot looks good, so that's good, because I don't want to have to repair toes and nail beds and stuff. And I think her hands look okay too, her fingers, so we'll see. Oh, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm just turning it without thinking. Just turning it to where I can see. It's so nice when the big pieces come off. So anyway, I'm back. I'm sorry I've been away for a while, you know, with the holidays, and my sweet nephew was home from college in Florida for a month, so that was fun. So glad to see him. I miss you, Troy. And even though I know he won't watch this because he thinks the dolls are creepy. So anyway, I hope everybody had a nice holiday and holidays, and Happy New Year and all that. And I don't know about you guys, I made some goals for the new year, but I don't do resolutions per se, because I always feel like people flake out on resolutions. And if I, and it's easy to do because you feel like, oh, you goof up once, and then, well, you've wrecked your resolution. Well, if it's just a goal, I could give myself, 3 months or whatever, or for the whole year. And messing up once doesn't mean I can't still accomplish it. So I don't know if that's my logic. I don't know how many of you agree or disagree, but that's my logic. So now we're doing pretty good on her foot here. I don't know how much you can see, how well you can see. But it is, I don't know why, it's kind of soothing. And I didn't really understand what Tammy meant when she said it was. But then once you do it, it's like, yeah, it is kind of just soothing. You feel like you're accomplishing something, but it's not really hard to do. And it's just kind of a good feeling. And you're going to make this baby feel better and definitely look better. So that's what we're doing. I guess Pat's, I don't know if she's 1.5 or 2-year-old granddaughter, has fallen in love with this doll and wants to put it in a buggy all the time and wheel it around, and it's almost as big as she is. She's a tiny little thing. And so, but Pat was worried about her with all these cracks in it, her getting scratched or something, or a piece of it coming off. And at that age they kind of tend to put everything in their mouth. So well, that's a good piece. It's all cracked behind her knees, so that's easy to get going. So I don't blame her for wanting her to be fixed first. So I put kind of the other dolls I was working on aside to do this for my friend, for Pat. And she's been so good to me. I can't even tell you guys what a good friend she is and all she's done to help me. I mean, she even came over the first, I had my surgery for my knee replacement on a Wednesday, I think. And I couldn't be alone for a week. They didn't want me to be by myself. And my brother, he worked from here for his week job, during the week job as an attorney. But Sundays he's a worship leader at a church, and it wasn't something he could do from here. So Pat came over, brought me breakfast, and babysat me, stayed with me until Eric got home from church. So it was very sweet of her. She and her husband are such good people, and they've been going through so much with their son who needs a heart transplant, and he got COVID, and then there wasn't a heart available, and he almost didn't make it. And what they did was they took him in for an emergency surgery and put a pump in his heart because there wasn't any available, any hearts. And so now he's been living with that. And I can't even imagine, he has to carry around 2 batteries, and there's a wire or a tube or something coming out of his chest that hooks up to it, and just they have to watch the batteries and make sure they always are charging an extra set, and pray there's no outage. And of course we did have a power outage on Christmas Eve, and we both live in the same town, but kind of either end of it. And so I knew we had the power outage, but it didn't affect my house, and I just didn't even think about it affecting hers, and it did, and I guess they were really panicking. So a terrible thing to have to live with. And so I guess he was going to go back in this week, I think, for another checkup, and I haven't talked to Pat since he did, but they were going to decide if he's strong enough, recovered from the first surgery, to put in the pump. enough to go back on the transplant list at least. So hopefully he is, because they say actually having the heart transplant is easier than what he's going through with this pump. They do say the pump can keep him alive for like 5 years, but they don't want to have to deal with this for 5 years. Heavens. And he's got, you know, he's got this little girl. She's, like I said, I can't remember if she's 1 or 2. I think, I mean, I know she's past 1, but I'm not sure if she's 2 yet. So anyway, this is the least I can do. But it's just not something that's gonna be finished right away. And I don't think I told Pat that. I don't think I gave her a time frame, so I probably should have. Because you never know when something comes up. And then when I have an auction coming up on Facebook this coming Tuesday, be the 28th, I believe. And then I have another What Not auction this Sunday, which don't even ask me what the date is Sunday. I don't have a clue. So that kind of puts a stoppage on my restoration part of my business. Because right now the restoration isn't making me any money, but the doll sales do. So I'll have to, like, starting probably Friday, I'll have to stop this and set up everything for the auctions. And then after the auctions, I have to invoice the people and get the dolls shipped. And then I can, when I'm paid, get back to doing this. So, it's kind of a fill in the blanks type thing. Fill in my schedule. And that's as long as everything goes as scheduled. I'm also still going to physical therapy once a week for the compressed disc in my back that I never had till I had the knee surgery. So I don't know if it's because I sat too long afterwards or I bent the wrong, I don't know. But yeah, I had really bad back pain. And in fact, I'm not sure how long at a time I can stand over these and do them. Oof, that piece almost got in my mouth. Okay, so anyway, soothing for me. It may not be for you to watch this, so I will sign off and come back tomorrow or when it's finished. Or well, I doubt it will be finished tomorrow, but maybe one leg will be. But I'll be back soon. So thank you all for watching. If you like what you see, and I sound just like Tammy. That's what she says. If you learned anything here, if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And your comments, please do. I appreciate them. If you know anybody else who'd be interested in this type of video, please share. I don't have that many followers. I'm trying to build up my following. And I hope, like I said, you all have had a happy New Year so far. And I hope all goes well for you. The rest of this month, we have, what, another week or so left. And yeah, so today is Wednesday, so have a good Thursday and Friday and a weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.